You're listening to Sexpert with me, Renee, where we say words like piece of shit, motherfucker, cocksucker, cunt. We get so dirty that even your mother's soap bar can't clean our mouths. You've been warned.
Welcome to Sexpert with me and Renee, where we talk everything sex. Get ready for awkward topics, inappropriate jokes, foul language, and a little bit of education. We are no doctors, just young adults looking to inform our generation about sex so they can live healthier, naughtier lives. I'm Mia Renee, your host. Are you ready? Hi guys, welcome to Sexpert with Mia Renee. I'm your host, Mia Renee, and you are listening to episode 12, and we are here to teach our generation how to lead healthier and naughtier lives. Today we're talking about breakups, so not quite the sex topic you may be looking for, but it's a pretty relatable topic, especially for a lot of people around this time of year, our age, going off to college for the first time. Personally, I just moved into my dorm yesterday. Of course, we're recording this podcast in advance, so by the time we have people listening, I'll already have started classes. But how are you guys? I'm here with Mason and Amb. Have classes started for you guys, or you both live at home, so you're just chilling and relaxing, but how's it going?
I started Monday.
You started last Monday.
It's hell.
I started last Monday, too.
Oh, wow. So I'm just behind everybody, aren't I? My roommate just Snapchatted me, and she's literally sitting 10 feet from me. So I'm scared to know what it is. I'll check it out later, though. But speaking of Snapchat, we do have the Snapchat project going up, and guys, I have this awful confession to make. And if you follow me on Snapchat, you know what the confession is. I accidentally deleted all of the photos I had received for the Snapchat project. I permanently deleted. I know, it's awful. Before I went to the beach last month, I needed to clear out the memory on my phone. And I went and I deleted all these pictures, and I saw that they were from Snapchat from my friends, but I screenshot shit from my friends all the time. And I even bypassed the pictures that weren't from people that I normally screenshot. I just wasn't paying attention. And I went and deleted them, and then I just went and like permanently deleted all the photos. And then I was just like, chilling the other week and thinking about the Snapchat project and how happy I was that I had all these photos. And then I realized, fuck, I deleted all those photos like weeks ago. So I sent out like a Snapchat about it, and no one wants to send a photo twice. I totally understand that. But guys, send your photos. The only photos I have are from Kara, who is amazing. She has sent me probably 3 Sexpert related selfies on Snapchat since I deleted them. My favorite is when she's sipping a drink and she just captioned it, "Love my Sexpert." And she sent me one suggesting that we have an episode on vibrators, I believe, or dildos. So that could definitely be coming in the future. So Snapchat me your photos at Mia Renee Cole on Snapchat. If you don't have a Snapchat, download it because you're being square AF. But if you don't have the means to download it, whatever, send me the photo on Facebook, comment it somewhere. They're all going to go in this big master post. So your face will be seen, saying that you're listening to Sexpert, and you can say where you're listening to it and whatever. But your name will not be released or anything. But, it's just super cool. And I love it. So, and it'll probably go on our Facebook, which is facebook.com/Sexpert with Mia Renee. Not our Twitter, but my Twitter at Mia Renee Cole. Probably my Instagram, which is the same thing as well. And I'm sure Am and Madison will repost it because, as we always say, Mason is a robot. So he has nothing going for him, basically. He got a new haircut, though.
It did.
Which looks really good. It's very, suave.
Yeah.
Suave. I like it. Muy guapo. Yeah.
Thanks, Mia.
Yes. You're welcome, Mason. I love it. It looks so good on you. It really complements your dad bod, and I love it.
Hate the dad bod.
I love it. I love your dad bod.
Slowly going away.
Muy caliente.
Slowly.
Is it? Are you working out? Are you working out because of past experiences?
I'm not lifting weights or anything. Not yet. I want to eventually, but I'm
You're not,
exercising.
like, lifting. That's awesome.
So, yeah,
Exercising is so good for you. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah, my cat's like going off.
Your cat is so excited. I feel like your cat... What's your cat's name?
Sauron from like Lord of the Rings.
Right. So Sauron is a regular guest on Sexpert. I feel like we need to add their picture. Is it a he or a she?
It's a he.
He. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense. We need to add his picture
I can do that. I can
on
send
our
you his
Facebook
photo right
page.
now.
Do it. You know what? Do it. And I'll add
yeah.
it on the Facebook page. I will. I'm doing it. I'm going to do it, Mason.
I just have to find it.
So add me pictures. Take one of them just, after this episode. But
Oh, yeah, right.
yeah, because you, own the cat. He kind of lives with you, Mason.
It's true.
But send me pictures on Snapchat, everybody. And follow me on social media because I'm needy. I need the validation of people who follow me. And what are your social medias? You have you have 12 Instagrams. You have about
you're right.
69 Twitters. What are your handles and where can people find you?
Okay, the things that I use the most are my Instagram and Twitter. And my Twitter is I hate Amber, 2 A's in the hate. And then my Instagram is Queen Amb, just Queen and then AMB. And if you want to add me on Snapchat, you can, because it's my first and last name, Amber Shooping. So
And the
that
Shooping is
option.
spelled Shuping.
ING.
That is the weirdest last name, but I love it.
Aw,
is it
thank you.
Shooping? Is it Shupping? Who the fuck knows? But it's cute as
Literally
hell.
nobody.
Literally nobody. I love it. It's super cute. So yeah, as I mentioned today, we are talking about breakups. So if you're going through a breakup right now, this will probably be the episode to listen to, unless I make a very cruel, under-the-belt joke. But I probably will, so just get over it. If you're not going through a breakup, this may be good for you in the future, or maybe you can reflect on the past. I'm sure sex will come up eventually because it's me. So let's jump into sex today. It's not really a news article because, well, I found it in a news article, but it was one of those news sources that makes you pay to read the entire article. And, well, I can't afford that. So I actually found what it is. And it's this really cool service called Breakup Box. And it says, and it's for women, although it's very much tailored to people who are very feminine. And it's keeping you fabulous through your breakup. And it's basically a one-time box, so it's not like a subscription box that you can send to they advertise it as sending it to your friend, but you could potentially just send it to yourself. And it is so neat. I want to order one for myself right now, and I'm not even going through a breakup. How cool is that? And this isn't sponsored or anything, but it is so, so neat, and it's very affordable. So I'm going to read their about and then, go through their boxes and stuff and just, kind of, give them a little shout-out because it's totally rad. So, here's how to get over your breakup, they say. Since your relationship is, well, dead, we're applying the 5 stages of grieving to help you come over some of the loss. In each box, you'll find everything needed to cleanse out your toxic relationship. Maybe Mason could use this. We'll talk about that in a minute. Phase 1, denial and isolation. Get cuddled up with a rom-com and a box of tissues because holding it in isn't good for anyone. Phase 2, anger. So, burning down his house may not be the best way to approach this, so grab our boyfriend and detox water bottle and hit the gym, the pool, the park, a yoga class, whatever. Just get out there and work out your frustration. Nothing says revenge like a hot bod. Phase 3, bargaining. You've already spent way too much time caring for him. Now it's time to care about you. Turn your phone off and give yourself a spa day. We'll hook you up with a candle, a face mask, and other pampering essentials to create yourself a home oasis. Relax. Phase 4, depression. What can't chocolate fix? Some people say not to eat your feelings, and they clearly haven't been through a breakup. Phase 5, acceptance. You've come a long way since the beginning. Hopefully by now you've somewhat accepted what you're going through and can see the light at the end of the tunnel. What better way to celebrate your newfound freedom than by drinking? Take your drink mix and wine glass, find yourself a bottle of vodka, call over some girlfriends, and applaud your accomplishments. So, this is a really just neat, feminine boosting service meant to help women get over breakups. They have 3 different boxes, and you're able to customize it to preferences or allergies. So the first box is $30, and it's called the Mat. And so this is like the box for like a less severe breakup. So say there was this guy, let's call him Matt. So Matt reached out to your girl. So this is like saying like a friend is buying this for someone who went through a breakup. So he reached out to your girl every Saturday at 2 a.m. for almost a year. So Matt was just like a hookup guy. Over time, she developed feelings for Matt until one night he admitted that he didn't want a girlfriend. 2 days later, Matt's in a relationship, and it's not with your friend. Now what she really needs is this box. And so this is the smaller of the boxes, because Matt was just looking, more for a hookup. Then we have the medium-sized box, which is the Trevor. And Trevor is more of a, like, they dated for a couple of years, broke up, and then he started getting with other girls with really hot bods and posting it all over social media. Just a sec. Oh, thanks, Mason, for the cat pictures. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, man.
I really appreciate it. So that's Trevor. And then we have the large box, which goes for $60. The Trevor, I believe, went for $45. So they're not expensive, especially for what you get. The large box is the Chad. And this is like, dated him for all of high school and college. And then he like left you or your friend for like a hotter chick. And this is like the like super just gigantic fucking box. And I'm about to order it just for myself so I can have all those awesome things in it. There's a lot of pink, but it's really cool. And I really like the idea of this. And like I said, they're fucking affordable. Like, they're not that expensive. And here's a couple of brands they have. Okay, they have EOS. They have Smashbox. They have Essie. They have the Yes To brand, like Yes To Cucumber, Yes To Tomato. They have Bath and Body Works, Burt's Bees, Lindt Chocolate, Sally Beauty, Kleenex, because, you gotta have your tissues and shit. So I just think that is such a rad way to kind of, instead of a fucking casserole, who the fuck wants a casserole, Like, I just think that is so awesome to be offering a service for women going through a breakup. And I wanted to share that with everybody right now. And they ship to Canada and the US. So if you're not in the Canada or US, sucks for you. You'll just have to figure out how to get through your breakup.
Damn.
On your own. Yeah, sucks. Too bad you're not great enough to be in America. Make America great again.
Oh no.
Disclaimer, I'm not a Trump supporter. I wonder how many people paused and unsubscribed right at that point.
Aww.
Aw, no, it's okay. I actually published a blog post today about kind of defending Trump supporters. I don't know. I guess I'm just a very loving, generous person. That's me.
Same.
Yeah. So, any input on the box, or do we want to keep going?
I think it's a great idea,
Isn't it?
especially for people our age or in our age range.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's just good.
What about because from a guy's perspective, Mason, that really doesn't you don't want a face mask or candles or nail polish or.
Whoa.
Wow! I'm sorry that I am defining
I could
you
use
based
some candles,
on
but I would get what you mean.
societal standards of a man. Mason is defying the norms.
Yeah, I don't even know if I would be comfortable buying that for a female friend. That's just something I would never think of as a guy to buy for someone else.
Would you be afraid she'd think you were trying to hit on her? I wouldn't think that in that situation. But
I mean, nah. If it was actually a friend, then no, I probably wouldn't be worried. It's just not something I would ever think
platonic.
would be there.
Yeah.
To do. It's cool that it is.
Personally, I would add a dildo into the box.
Well.
True.
I mean.
Yeah.
Nothing better than a new dildo. Am I right? Or
You're right.
Mason's just quiet. He's like not going to confirm nor deny that statement.
I never bought a dildo, so.
Never. Oh, why does that not surprise me? You mean you don't like dildos as a straight white male?
I mean, usually, a
Usually
dildo is
no.
like my competitor, so no, not really.
Your competitor? I don't think anything in a woman's mind could compete with an actual male having sex with her. So don't think of it like that.
Same.
Like, if I had the choice of masturbating and having sex with someone, well, I guess it would depend on the person. But, like, I would choose that someone.
Kit Harington.
Who?
Kit Harington. Oh my god.
Who is that? Am I really out of the loop? I'm sorry.
Now you're going to lose subscribers.
No! Please don't unfollow me. Everyone, no, listen. Who is Kit Harington? I know the name. It sounds familiar. Who is it? Who is it?
Does
Is
Amber
it a
know?
male?
Sorry, does Am know?
Amber doesn't know.
Oh, man. Okay. Well,
Okay.
I
We're
don't
not
know.
as
You might
cool
like me
as
less.
you.
That's Jon Snow.
Who?
Oh.
Yeah, from
I don't.
from Game
I
of
don't
Thrones.
watch.
Come on.
I don't watch that.
Great
See,
books.
you said Jon Snow,
Great
and I thought
TV.
of, like, John Smith, like Pocahontas, and I was like, wait.
He's doing commercials for Infinity.
Is that the really pale guy
Oh man, I mean, your
in
definition
Game of
pale
Thrones? I've
probably
seen
different
I've
from
seen
mine.
the first episode.
Like long
he the
black
one that tries to,
semi-curly
like-
hair.
Oh, oh my God, that guy is so hot.
Yeah,
Now I know who you're talking about with the accent and everything.
yeah. Like
He's the
nothing.
one that like got out of a speeding ticket because he did an impersonation of his character.
Yes.
The cop. He's that guy. He is
Yes.
so effing cute, and I love him so much. Oh no, my computer is dying, and I need to plug it in. 5 seconds, everybody. We're staying on air while I do this. Somehow, some way, we're doing it. So,
Cats are so annoying.
your cat is annoying?
Yeah, like
I
I
miss
picked him
my
up. Like you
cat.
saw that. Like he walked over to my chair. He
Oh, I didn't
meowed.
see you pick him up. Well, I heard
And-
him meow. I've seen him
and-
crawl across the back of your chair before.
Well, he sat in my lap and then he jumped down, and now he's sitting at the base of my chair, just expecting me to like reach down and pet him and like extend my arm instead of just like jumping up here and being helpful.
I don't think cats are ever helpful.
No.
They never intend to be helpful. But do you think it's like a weird coincidence that we're talking about a topic of, people being newly single, and we have talked extensively about cats?
True
I'm
that.
good. I'm good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
so
makes sense.
I don't know, maybe it's a sign, maybe we should put cat something in the title. Who knows?
Yeah, I can't think
Yeah.
of anything.
You can't know, and you're
Not
the
now.
master of puns.
That's true.
You are. You're like Mason, the punny man. That was really lame, I know.
I'm
There's
just
a
trying
reason
to.
I'm a sexpert and
I'm
not
just
the
like trying to
master
think of
puns.
something.
Okay. Well, as you're thinking, I'm going to plug myself and talk about an article that I have published on my blog to go along with this podcast, which I think I'm going to begin doing. Because it is very helpful, is it not? 7 steps to help you through a breakup. So, I decided to share my wisdom, if you want to think of it like that, with quotes around it, about getting through breakups and how to fully just get over them and find yourself within a breakup. And so I included these 7 reasons, and I kind of explain in the opening and the end and everything. I'm like, everyone gets over people in their same way. Everyone goes through breakups in their own unique way. And this is how I do it, and I find it very effective for me. So it may be different for some people, but I feel like the way I do it, personally, just is better for me to really kind of distance myself from a person. Because when you go through a breakup, you need to distance yourself from said person, and a lot of people find that really hard to do. To successfully, get over someone. So I posted my 7 tips. I'm going to go through them. You guys can give your input with your personal experience or whatever. And then, we have some stories for you guys. Ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
No? Yes? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah! Yeah! I
Yeah.
feel like this entire show is me just asking you guys if you're ready, and you're always like, yeah. We don't get paid enough for this. Because Mia doesn't pay us. So the first step in my guide to getting over, and I hope everyone knows this is fucking sarcasm, but these steps are legitimate. The first is accept that it's over. So once a relationship ends, you simply need to accept that it's over. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, but you're just really just like understanding that your significant other and you, like, you're just no longer a couple, and will probably, in most cases, or when you go through a breakup, you know, how you're looking at it, not going to be a couple again in the future. Just kind of accepting this is really going to help you move on. Because I feel like a lot of people will go through breakups and say, oh, we're just taking a break. Or, you know, thinking we may, or having that wishful desire of getting back together with the person. But if you go through a breakup and you know that you don't want to get back with the person, or you shouldn't get back with the person, or that you just need to move on, accepting that it's over is like a huge, huge step. Just, you know, basically, and this just is constantly telling yourself that it's over. But, you know, one way you can help do this is by cleaning out your life and getting kind of rid of this person and their physical items, like, you know, in a more physical manner, and also in a very psychological manner. So that's, you know, tip 2, clean out your life. So chances are you'll have a bunch of your ex's old stuff, whether it's clothes, jewelry, gifts, whatever. It's important to remove any, if not like all of your past influences, like pictures, whatever. You don't have to like burn them or anything. I know some like people, it's just like burning the items. If you want to burn them. Just don't do it in city limits, because that could be a problem, or your house for that matter. That Friends episode where they decide to burn all their ex's stuff is so funny. I haven't watched it. Go watch it. So you can either send it back to them, which is my preference. I just prefer to give it back to them, or go to like donate it, or, you know, tear it up, whatever the hell you want to do. I don't give a fuck. Now, like, for me, this can be kind of iffy because sometimes I'll be gifted something that I actually really like and use all the time. Like, I remember my boyfriend in the 8th grade, he gave me a Paramore CD. It was Paramore Riot. Yeah, thank you. And I still own it. Like, I didn't give that back to him. I'm like, shit, no, I listen to this shit. So he never got that back, but he got back the heart necklace he gave me, and he got back his guitar pick necklace, and he got back his Abercrombie and Fitch sweatshirt. So I kept the CD, and that's just kind of what I've always done. Gifts I'm iffy about, but like very personal gifts, like, you know, like given to you with emotion. Like I kept a necklace one time. I kept a necklace that this guy that I saw off and on for who knows how long. I kept this necklace that he bought for me, but he bought it for, because he's like the type of guy just to buy you something so like you, I guess, like him, like he just, instead of showing emotion, he buys you things type deal. So he bought me this really nice fossil necklace. I still wear it. I take it, it's with me here at school. Like, I still own it, and I still wear it. It's a fucking beautiful necklace. I've worn it so much that the gems are starting to fall out of it. But it was less of a personal gift, you know, like, I don't, sometimes I think about it when I wear it, but there's been plenty of times where I wear it and don't even, like, think about it. So it just depends on who you are as a person, but really just cleaning their influences out, their pictures, anything that reminds you of them, which can be really hard at first because almost everything will, you know, like, you'll fucking wipe your ass and think, oh man, they probably wiped their ass too. Like, you know, that's just like the mindset of someone going through a breakup.
Damn.
This also, right? So, but this also includes, like, deleting their number as well. Make sure you delete their number, unless you absolutely have to have their number. And the example I give in the article is, like, if you have a fucking child together, like, yeah, you may need their number, you know, at some point, maybe, because you have other kids. But, like, if you don't need their number, there's no reason to have it. Like, don't just delete it. So you will have no way to contact them. Clean out your social media. Get them off of Facebook. Get them off of Twitter. Whatever. Instagram, where you see them post and see them carrying on with their lives. Like, you don't want to see that. You want them just to die. So just, like, delete them. Have them dead to you, socially. Number 3, you need to give yourself time without them. A lot of people will end up talking to their ex almost like, it's just like too soon after the breakup. They talk too soon, and that's when you find people are getting back together, because they'll talk, and sometimes this is good, because sometimes people break up over like really silly things, and they just have a huge feud over it, and they're both just angry. But in a lot of cases, especially with more serious arguments, or like something like, you know, where you see things need to end, they end up talking again, and they end up getting back together. So it can result in like an unwanted or unneeded kind of rendezvous like situation that you just don't want to be in, or it could end up, you know, repeating the cycle of on again, off again, which isn't great. And so just giving yourself time without them, by not talking to them, by deleting them off of social media, stuff like that is just, it's just, you just need to focus on yourself. And sometimes it gets really hard because you're lying in bed at 10 p.m. or no, that's a little early, 1 a.m. You're lying in bed and all you can think about is them. You need to force yourself not to think about them. And that's point number 4. Force yourself to think about other things and look ahead. This is like the biggest thing for me. So, personal experience, my last breakup, after we broke up, for the rest of the day, I allowed myself to cope, and, I mean, I was coping for a long time, but the rest of the day, I allowed myself to really just feel my emotions. I probably cried 4 times. One of which time was on my father's shoulder. I know, very emotional, get Kleenex now, wipe your eyes. But after that, like, I literally woke up the next morning and I made myself stay busy for 2 whole weeks. My dad actually was like worried about me because I had made myself so busy. I was busy doing things I loved, like crafting and getting ready, you know, for school and enjoying summer. Within a week of breaking up with him, I bought like my camera and started taking like pictures because I'd wanted this camera for a long time. I'm not saying like, you know, go out and get a tattoo of fucking some dumb shit, but like just like make yourself busy and make yourself so busy that you get in bed at night and you close your eyes and your ass is asleep. You're like, you're out. Like, don't allow yourself enough time to think it. And there were some times where I would just be driving home and be thinking about him for a split second. And I'd, you know, get really sad and then I'd make myself stop thinking about him. But it was like, that was literally the only time I would have time to think about him. And sometimes it just really helps to, like, surround yourself with people, which is point number 5. Because you can't really back out of plans when you have them with other people, right? Like, you can say, oh, I'll get up and go to the gym tomorrow. But if it's just you, it's kind of like, I'm not gonna, you know, like, so keeping friends around and family close is a great way to kind of just get you on your feet. You don't necessarily like have to confide in these people. I'm not personally one to confide in people. Like, I don't just, you know, oh, so-and-so and I broke up and I'm just feeling all these emotions and I'm just, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not that type of person. Some people are. Go for it. I'm not. You know, and, you know, but if you are, definitely, like, you need to recognize your emotions. But surrounding yourself with people helps with, because some people experience depression after breaking up with someone or ending a relationship with someone. Nothing helps depression more than having to get up and do things and having to do it with other people. Like, in my experience, and I'm diagnosed with depression, nothing has helped me more than surrounding myself with people and getting up and moving and going, you know, doing things. Number 6, find something else that you love. So channel all that energy that you were putting into your relationship into something else. For me, in my last, it was photography. I'd always wanted to look into photography, and I did. For some people, it could be a fucking puppy. For some people, it could be purple hair dye in their hair. Like, I don't fucking know. Just do something that you can put your heart and soul into and feel great about.
I bought a Porsche.
You bought a Porsche. Perfect.
Yeah, that's how
Hey,
I bought an old car.
You bought a Porsche, right? So, like, sometimes that's just what will fucking do it. Now, there's some things I would advise against, you know, like maybe something that could put you at risk or something you could seriously regret later.
Like spending a lot of money on a car.
Possibly, yeah. Buying a Porsche could be something along those lines.
Yeah.
And in my case, I did buy an expensive camera, but I had wanted this camera for over a year. So it wasn't the relationship or the breakup that fueled me to buy it, but I did decide now's the time to buy it. And, you know, I had one friend that she had ended things with this guy that she was never really, like, dating in the first place, but he'd kind of manipulated her. And she just wanted to dye her hair and get, like, a tattoo and get her nose pierced, and I was like, you need to, first of all, it had been like 24 hours since they'd ended things, like drunkenly ended things, and I was like, you need to calm down. Like, and she didn't do it. Like, 2 days later, she's like, yeah, I'm not going to do any of that stuff. Like, that's how quickly she changed her mind. But funneling, like, something, especially something that could be productive, like, find a new hobby. You know, like, discover your love for something that's just really, you can really just funnel, you know, I've said it like 4 times now, funnel your energy into it. And if it's productive, great. Number 7, and the last one, and then I'll let, you know, whoever wants to talk, now that I'm done preaching. Reach closure and find forgiveness. And this, to me, is so important because I don't want to be that person who says, it's so obvious when so-and-so isn't over their ex. But I, for myself personally, find that I am not truly over a person until I have no negative feelings towards them and I have no reason to talk about them or talk about them negatively with other people. So for me, it's all about finding forgiveness. And finding forgiveness doesn't mean holding hands with them and becoming BFFs after breaking up. It just means having no resentment towards them. And finding forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean I'm forgiving them for something. But, you know, I could be forgiving myself for something, or I could just be finding happiness. But in a lot of ways, especially with a lot of breakups, finding forgiveness is a huge thing. So I'm just not the type of person that wants a lot of anger built up in me. I want to be very peaceful, and sincerely happy. And so, you know, for me, I can, you know, say with all of my exes that I wish them the best, and I am truly, like, proud of anything they do, except maybe, like, crystal meth or some shit like that. But, like,
Well.
but, I have reached that forgiveness. Like, I'm chill with all of them. And sometimes it takes me time to talk to them. I'm very much a person that I need time away, and then, you know, but that time could be years. But I have reached, like, closure with all of them, and I have no negative feelings for any of the men I have dated in the past. And that's it. But, you know, as I say, everyone heals in different and unique ways. And these are the tips I go to when I need help. But they may help others, and I wanted to share them.
Same.
I don't know, like, what you guys do, and I don't know if it's different from a guy's perspective, because I've, like, read in different areas where guys heal a lot differently than girls. Like, girls feel the emotion first. Like, they're hit with it first, like, immediately after a breakup. And then, but guys don't get hit with it until, like, weeks or months later. I've read that somewhere. I don't know where, I don't remember. But, like, guys, you know, are over it, like, the first day, but then 6 months later find themselves, like, really upset over it or some shit like that. So is it, like, any different, or, like, what do you do, Mason, like, as a male, a manly, masculine dad male?
Yeah, I mean, I've only gone through like one like real breakup from like a really long relationship, but even just like ending things, you know, even if it's been something short term, I probably just like force myself to like go out and do something like that day, or at least like the day after or whatever, and then that way like I can't like keep myself, you know, alone. Like, I'll be out in public. I might, you know, go for like a walk or go hiking or just like drive around. I might just do something like that. It might just be simple, but totally just like keeping myself occupied. After that first day, I'm usually pretty okay.
Yeah, it's like the first 24 hours can be really rough.
And then it's whatever. You know,
and they say, like,
deal.
everything comes in threes. So, like, I feel like the first 3 days are probably the roughest. And then after that, you kind of reach the peak and you're able to climb down the hill and you're fine at that point. Like, you're not fine, but you're not as fucked up as you were when the relationship first ended.
See, and then like the only like long relationship that I've been in, we dated for
fucking forever. Like
yeah.
you dated for 20 years.
Pretty much. It was definitely over a year. It was like a year and 4 months if I'm counting.
Oh, it seemed a lot longer than that actually.
Yeah.
I was thinking closer to 2 years.
But when we
so
actually broke up, it wasn't. It was more of a situation with.
What do you mean actually broke up?
I don't know. Just like when we broke up.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had you been like thinking about it up until that point?
Well, that was the thing. It was weird. It wasn't, as far as I knew, as far as she told me, and it was kind of my idea, but she's the one who went through with it and everything. It was just a situation where she was dealing with a stepmother who wasn't particularly nice to her. She was in a bad home situation, and we just decided we should take a break from seeing each other until a situation, that was going on with her family involving kind of like a medical sickness and whatnot had kind of subsided. And okay, we still talked, we were still friends, we still saw each other at school and everything. And so I guess when we stopped dating, it wasn't a breakup as much as it was like a legitimate break, which is so weird because I think that's like really rare to actually happen.
I actually know someone going through something similar.
Right.
Yeah. Like she's like best friends with the guy she dated for like a year and a half.
Yeah, and
there's like no time.
Yeah. And that was the thing, like we just couldn't see each other. And it was just better if we just kind of disconnected for a little bit maybe. But then like after
romantically and stuff.
Yeah, but then like after that happened, like after we actually stopped dating, things just like kind of went sour like really fast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Which leads us into your story, but no, like continue. Like how do things go sour quickly?
Honestly, I think she and I both kind of ended up wanting to see other people.
Yeah, right.
And
up until this point, you've been really on good terms and friends, and because of that, it was hard. You hadn't even considered the fact that you'd be with other people, right?
Right, and it was just. I don't know, it's weird to describe because honestly, like the thing that really gets me upset is that even if we weren't dating, during the period where we still thought that we were going to like sort of maybe get back together later, we hadn't even talked about like actually just seeing other people and just calling it quits for good. Before we did that, she kind of lied to me about starting to see someone else, and that is why the situation I'm literally in today is such a big deal. And then like I hadn't talked to her for 8 months easily until like a few weeks ago. I guess this kind of all pours into my story.
Well, this whole episode idea was your idea.
Right.
Because of this.
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot that I suggested
it was. You were like, let's talk about breakups because I'm going through this shit with this bitch. And you were like, and then you emailed me everything, and I was like, yes.
And I'll try to keep the actual story short. But I guess like what I'm trying to say is like my situation in like the only real long relationship I've ever been in, it wasn't a regular situation with just like a regular breakup, and it was totally weird. I feel like at the point where we decided we weren't going to see each other, we were just like totally both okay with it at that point.
Yeah.
So I didn't really deal with it.
But then, she lied to you, which she kind of betrayed your trust.
Right, which I found out like months later, and I mean that kind of made me upset.
After
and it
the fact can be awful, yeah, totally.
Yeah, and it put into perspective a lot of stuff, and I don't know. Should I go into the story now?
Yeah, what happened a couple of weeks ago?
When we were dating, my learner's permit and my provisional license, the little 2 cards that you would put in your wallet. I gave both of those to her because she wanted them. Was like, okay, whatever.
So like this was like after you had your full license, you gave her your old learner.
Yeah, this is after I had my full license. So I gave her my limited provisional.
All weirdly unsafe, like because your learner's or your provisional license would have your license number on it.
Yeah, again, just totally stupid and young. I didn't know anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then like, I guess it was like close to 2 weeks ago, maybe. I don't know. I should probably check like the messages and whatnot. But she texted me. She's like, "Do you want these back?" Well, yeah, I do. I do want those back. I forgot that you had them, but I do want them. And she's like, "Okay, well, I'm in Winston-Salem right now, so when I get back, I'll give those to you." And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, "Why the fuck would you text me right now if you're in Winston-Salem and you're not going to be back for a week. I didn't say anything.
Right. You're just like, maybe
Right.
you're overthinking it, like, whatever.
Yeah, so I was like, it just didn't make sense to me. I was like, maybe she's just bored. Like, I know that she's sitting in a hospital. Like, there's nothing wrong with her. Let me just put that out there. I just whacked a cord. But there's nothing wrong with her. She's just been in a like, she's been staying with a family
She
member
doesn't
for a
have
while.
cancer. She's just a bitch.
Right.
No.
Yeah. She doesn't have
No, I
cancer.
don't
She's
wanna-
just cancerous. Let's just get into that. Let's say that.
She's just cancerous.
Yeah, but no. So I was like, okay, maybe she's just bored, whatever. Or maybe she just like found them randomly. But then I found out she had been keeping them on her, like in her purse or whatever, this entire time. And I was like, that's really weird.
Did she know she was doing that?
Yeah, she knew she had them
Oh.
like the whole time. I was
Okay.
like, why are you keeping my license cards with you? I didn't ask. I didn't
See,
ask.
that's
I
even
didn't
weirder
want
though.
to know.
Like, it's like a whole new level of weird because it's your license, like
Yeah.
your old license.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be a little freaked out by that.
And then
It's like having your social security number saved
Right.
to her phone.
and I never asked her why she had those, like
Mm-hmm.
why she had kept them or why she still was hanging on to them on her person either. Like if it was in her drawer, it would have been totally less weird. But she was keeping them on her, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, whatever. And then she texted me. She was like, yeah, I like to show them to people, and then like they usually laugh about it. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Like that kind of sounds like you're being like a passive aggressive bitch, but I'm not gonna say anything. Again, I was just like, haha, yeah, I probably looked like a total.
But why
tool,
would
whatever.
you show? That's so weird to me.
Exactly. Like it's so weird. But she and I arranged to meet and get them. And long story short, after we met, she had forgot something at her house that I wanted to get back, and we went back to her house. And now this is someone who I've dated for
Yeah.
a long time, and I would say a little while after, like within like a few weeks after she and I decided we didn't want to try to get back together, she started dating someone else. Which, okay, whatever, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, do your thing, man. But it's like, okay, cool. The thing was though, that's the same guy that she lied to me about seeing prior before we really decided to call things off, and that's kind of where there's like
So
a
that
little
was
bit
kind of just like, yeah, iffy, like.
yeah. And so, I mean, like I was saying, this is someone who I dated for over a year. Like, I can tell when she's being flirtatious, right? And she totally tried to come on to me while we were at her house, which is uncool.
What was she doing?
What? Oh,
Must have been your dad
Sorry.
bod.
yeah. Do
Your
I have
robot
to go
hand.
into specifics? I really don't want to.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to force you to, but I'm like curious to know
Okay.
like what she did. To lead you on. You don't have
gu-
to like get
The guy she's with right now is in the military, and
right,
he's kind
and I
of, he's
feel
doing,
like I know exactly who he is. but
yeah,
I'm not
and
gonna
he's
say
like he's
anything.
doing his thing, right? He's out of state. He's
Totally.
going to be gone for I don't know however
I
long they're
totally
supposed to
know
be
who he is,
gone.
I'm pretty sure.
At least like a year or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And she's like constantly like while I was there, she was like constantly talking about how like she hasn't had sex in so long because he's been gone, and just like going on and on and on about all this other like really personal shit about her and her body that I don't want to know. And then
Okay,
like at
yeah.
one point like she got physical, like touching me. I was like I told her I was just like I
Okay,
just
yeah,
don't want to do
that
it.
is definitely
Yeah,
coming on to
so that's
you.
all I'm
There's
gonna
like
say.
no question to it right there.
Yeah. And so I just got my stuff as like I was like I'm not really down for this whatever, and I just
So
left.
you,
And then,
but you got your license.
yeah, I got my stuff.
This is the important part. All right.
Yeah. And then on my way home, as I was driving, I got a couple of text messages. I didn't text them or I didn't like check them or whatever. I just got home and it was like her, and she was asking me like why I didn't want to go through with it. So at that point, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well now, like in my
Now,
mind,
like,
probably
you
because I'm a
know.
scumbag.
What did she say? Did she say why didn't you want
Well,
to go through with it, or did she say
yeah.
why didn't you want to fuck me?
Well, the first thing she asked was like, have you seen someone since we stopped seeing each other? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
have,
just
my
I was
cat.
like, yes. I didn't say who. I didn't say how many people or whatever. I just said yes.
How many people? I've seen like
Yeah.
25 chicks.
Yeah. And she's like, well,
All
is that like?
blondes.
And she said, is that why like you didn't like want to do anything? And I was like, partly. Which was a mistake. I should have just said
And
yes
then
and
the
left it
other
at that.
half was the fact that you're dating.
Yeah. And then like the other half that
someone?
then like she asked was like, well then why else? Like she was like
Right.
aside from that. And I was like, well I just didn't really want to. I just don't think about you that way anymore. I just don't. I didn't say I don't find you attractive, but I just said like I wasn't attracted.
You were
to
over
you.
it. Like you were
Yeah.
over it. You had
Right, and
no
I just, like,
like
I was just-
desire.
Yeah, I was just trying to be nice and not be mean and but at the same time to get her to leave me alone, and she did. And now like the
That's
situation.
good. That's good
yeah.
that she got
Right.
your no message.
Yeah, but now like the thing I'm dealing with, and my cat's trying to open my door, but the thing I'm
Independent
trying to deal
young
with
man.
now is like, what do I do? Because I have the text messages, right?
Yeah.
I was so mad at her. You have to understand. It's probably like cringeworthy talking about it now, but I
You
was
were really
so
pissed when you
mad
said
at her.
I should just read that email to everybody. No, I'm
Yeah,
not going
like
to.
what she did
But, like,
made
you
me
were
so mad
pissed.
that day. that I screenshotted the text messages, printed them out, and I've been trying to decide whether or not I should mail them to her boyfriend, because I actually have.
You know his address.
Yeah, I know the address.
How do you know the address?
Well, Facebook.
Oh.
I had just noticed, like, on my Facebook feed, like, his dad tagged her in a post where he was, like, updating, like, his mailing information. So, like, I went back to that, and I was like, fucking right there, I got it. Like, this is where he's at right now. Like, I could email it. Like, I can mail it to him. If it gets there, if it gets there after he leaves, they'll just circulate it to where he is now. Like, he's gonna get the mail, no matter what.
Yeah, right. You
So
know
I'm like,
this system.
now I'm just, like, deciding whether or not I should do that, and I probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't get involved in something like this.
Just leave it alone because she is your ex.
Right.
Right.
But at the same time,
But why that's the question. Why do you want to share it with him?
right,
Is
and that's
it
where things
to
get
be
interesting.
honest?
Partly.
Or is it because you fucking hate her for doing that?
I really, really do hate
That's
her.
the real question. Yeah.
Yes. I don't want to sound like
And
a
that's the wrong answer.
like a
Like, you
stereotypical
know.
like white bitch, but I really do hate her, and she's just like the most fake person I know.
But you dated her for like a year.
Right,
2
right.
months.
And
But
I,
she's
like
the
after
fakest
dating
bitch
her,
you've
like
ever known.
while dating her, I realized like she's not who like she wants everyone to see her as, like on social media or something like that. Like she's totally not that person, and I can't deal with it. And then
Yeah. Yeah, I totally understand that feeling. When you know
it's like-
someone is not
Yeah.
who they convey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel that every day of my life.
And like figuring out that someone has done something or has tried to do something behind your back like that sucks. But I'm the kind of person who would want to find out. Of course, it's not my place necessarily maybe to tell them. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's such a weird situation. But also it goes into the fact that the guy she's dating, I don't like him either.
don't think
didn't like
anybody
I didn't
likes
like
him.
him before they started dating. I didn't like him before I even knew her.
I think I'm on his Facebook right now.
I have him blocked. I have him blocked on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just didn't want to see anything.
Right.
So I don't know. I think like part of me wants to do it for revenge, sort of, which is like a kind of a crummy
See,
reason.
and if
to be
any
honest.
part of you wants to do it for revenge,
Right.
that's when you know that it's
Probably
wrong.
shouldn't. But at the same time,
Right.
I'm like, this guy kind of deserves to know. That's a really shitty thing. Like, I think, I don't know.
This isn't the same guy. I
What?
was thinking of a different guy.
Oh, damn.
I
You
know.
can go to her profile and see who it is. think.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look.
Yeah. Wait, who did you think it was? You should totally text me who you thought it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna like totally text you who Yo, that is not the same guy. I totally thought it was Amber. I'm so sorry. You are not like you do not know. This is like I don't know why I thought it was this guy, but I did. That's so funny.
Yeah.
No. Nuh-uh. He got weirdly kind of low-key attractive.
Damn
Like,
you.
he's not, but he looks better than he did.
What? No. There's
I'm
no
sorry.
way.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
I never, I knew him in freshman year. Like, I had a class with him freshman year.
I don't particularly like that guy either, but I think his
know
standards
him.
are too high to date her.
Really?
Yeah, which might be talking shit about myself, but whatever.
I mean, I think she's pretty, but he definitely looks
I
better
don't.
than he did freshman year of high school. Like, I don't even
I don't know.
recognize him in her profile picture.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I should do about it though.
He's a nice guy, though. That's the thing.
Is he?
Oh, I mean, when I knew him, he was a very nice guy.
Yeah, man.
I
He and
don't
I
know.
have thrown some mad flack before.
Well, you both also have one similarity, and that's his girlfriend.
Well, even
So,
before that, we just
Really?
we just don't get along. I just don't
Anyway,
like him.
okay, back to the story.
Right.
We can do a little bit of gossiping, but not like a whole lot of gossiping, right? Like,
So
back to the whole situation you're in.
so it's like, if I was in that situation, I would want to know. I'd want to know the truth.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I mean, he is in the military. He is going to be gone for a long time. And, I mean, if they, really like each other, he's probably going to constantly be thinking about her. And then, like, God knows what she's going to be doing this entire time. And it's, like, it's such a shitty thing. And, like, the other thing I was thinking about was, like, I could totally just, like, because I know where, like, he used to live. So, like, I know where his parents live as well. So I could, like, totally just, like, mail it to them.
Oh, that's okay.
But at the same time, it's like, is that even like my place to do that? Like, I don't know. I probably shouldn't get mixed up in it. But at the same time, like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's the right thing to do.
I would say that even though she made a move on you, she didn't, there's like, nothing happened.
It's true.
That's the biggest difference. You didn't do anything with her.
It's true.
So do not contact him.
It's probably the better idea.
Because right now, and I just checked your email, you ended your email with a sentence and you said, I would like to talk about if revenge is a good thing or a bad thing.
Right.
So ultimately, this is revenge for you.
Yes.
Ultimately.
Probably.
And revenge is just, that's just going to bring up all sorts of shit that you don't want to
No. Yeah.
Because you know, every girl has that side to her where she just calls you out for all sorts of shit. And then you'll be under attack and it's just going to be fire and it's just going to be awful.
Same.
So stay out of it. That's
Probably
what I suggest.
should.
That's what I suggest. But would revenge be a good thing? Like, that's a good question. Is revenge... Because I have seen so many people just want to take out revenge on their ex. So, like, what's the whole deal with that?
I don't know. I think it's a spite thing. I mean, but before, like, she texted me, I was totally okay. I didn't care. I didn't think about her. I had completely, entirely moved on. I regretted even dating it. Maybe that kind of goes into, like, maybe not being over it because I regretted it, but I was
That's
still, like,
what happened with me and my ex. I was over it.
Yeah.
And then
It's
some
like,
shit happened. Some shit happened, and I got so pissed. I got so motherfucking pissed. It was bad. It was actually pretty bad. And, like, do I regret how pissed I was? Yes. I apologize for what I did, but it's still just, God, emotions just can get the best of you, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
I have a folder envelope like right now that I'm just like staring at, like it's calling out.
Yeah, because it's got
I need to burn it. I need to get rid of
the
it.
screenshots in it. Burn it.
Yeah, probably should.
If that's what works for you, don't donate it to Goodwill. That'd be weird.
Oh my god. Like the right person finds it and it gets out anyways. That'd be so
Right,
hilarious.
it's a small town. Small town.
Same.
Definitely, like, just get rid of it. Shred it. Throw it away. And just take it straight to the dump. Don't even put it in your trash can.
I mean, I have a shredder upstairs. I could totally just.
Perfect. You have a shredder, so you're a classy motherfucker. I don't have a shredder because I'm trashy as hell.
It's my father's, but to be honest here. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yes, your story was very good. It was very informative in the sense of it's a good example of being over someone, but still having that feeling. You can be completely over someone. This is what we should take from the story. You can be completely over someone and still have some type of emotion or feelings for them.
Yeah.
Because and that's not something to be ashamed of. That's not something to push away. That's not something to say. Because recognizing and validating your emotions is a part of living as a healthy human being. But recognizing that you have emotions for someone and that you still, you may still just care for them because it's fine,
Right.
Because you put a year and 2 months aside. You spent a portion of your life, whether it was 6 months, whether it was 2 years, whether it was 25 years. You put aside a portion of your life with this person. You put your energy, you put an X amount of time of your energy in with this person. You truly believed that you would have a broader future with this person. You weren't wrong to be in a relationship with someone.
Right.
You can't look back and say, oh, I regret being in that relationship. Unless the relationship was just god awful, like he or she abused you,
right.
Something like that. You can't just look back on a good, old, standard, like healthy relationship and say I regret dating that person solely because. And honestly, if you're saying that, like you're saying I regretted spending 3 years of my life with this person, chances are you're not over them yet, unless it was truly an unhealthy relationship.
Yeah.
If it was completely healthy, then you shouldn't have a problem with it. You're going to date people. You're going to date multiple people throughout your lifetime. You're going to put multiple years aside for other people in your lifetime. And in my opinion, it's kind of selfish to say, I regretted spending 2 years of my life in a healthy relationship with so-and-so. Because that's just kind of saying, my time is more valuable than anyone else's or theirs. And saying, that... And I understand if after the fact you discover that, they're fake or something. But, for the year and 2 months you spent with her, you you truly had something genuine with her. And whatever you saw from her, like, a relationship is so intimate, you really do see people's more genuine sides anyway. Regardless of how fake she is, you probably saw the most real girl that she is. And you have truly seen that now, as regards to your story.
Yeah.
But
I'm unhappy.
very unhappy. But
Not impressed.
Not impressed, not happy, but
Yeah.
happy that you're not in a relationship with her currently. You can be like that. You can say, listen, I'm okay that I spent 2 years of my life with them. I'm glad I'm not with them now. But, because people change. There's some studies out there that say people literally change their personalities and their mindsets every decade. Like, every 10 years, a person's interests change, which might explain the rise in divorces, because divorce is, A, more socially acceptable now, and B, people are just like, they're not afraid, because of that, they're not afraid to get a divorce if they do find that they have reconciled differences. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed your story, Mason, and I feel like that's a really good learning. I was very animated, and I know I was very animated. I'm still very animated, but that was really good. Amber, like, I love you. Talk more.
I'm sorry. I had
She's
my
like-
mic muted because my dog was barking.
No!
I fuck the whole
I did. I
story
heard your
up,
dog.
So
What's your dog's name? Send me a picture. We'll be like special guests. Mason's cat and Am's dog.
Same.
And Mia's roommate. The equivalent of a pet.
Damn.
I hope that caught in the microphone, because that's going to stay in. But yeah, so that's kind of, where we were going with breakups today. And we may have an episode in the future where we talk a little bit more about breakups. But today I just wanted to talk about really just, like, trying to get over breakups, because the couple months after ending a relationship with someone they're very delicate, but you can make them out to be extremely valuable. And you can make them the most useful, just, I don't know, the best months of your life in the terms of the long run. Like, what you choose to do, who you choose to become, how you choose to come out from it. And having that mindset, regardless of how the breakup is, whether it's unwarranted on your end, or if it's very angry, or if it's mutual, you need to have a mindset from the very beginning. A healthy mindset from the very beginning. And without that mindset, without truly setting your mind and setting goals, and the goal can be, don't talk to your ex for 2 months or something like that. Or the goal can be, get rid of all of their stuff. Or the goal can be, go out every day for 3 weeks. Or the goal can just be, stay home and eat chocolate. Or get one of the boxes that I mentioned, breakup box. So whatever it is, you just really need to have a goal in mind, or multiple goals in mind. You need to just get out of a relationship with a very specific mindset of getting over it. And I mean, that's truly the best way to get over a breakup, in my opinion. I don't want to say this is the best way, because I'm not certified. I'm not a psychologist or a sexologist. I'm no relationship pro. But for me, I mean, I can personally say I'm over all of my exes. I am on neutral grounds with all of them. Some of them I talk to regularly. All of them but my most recent one I'm Facebook friends with. I'm still in contact with them. And I do not regret anything. But that's just me as a person. I do not regret anything. I am not a person who lives with regrets, or wants to live with regrets, or who wants to live with resentment. So that's just who I am, but I have found that's what works best for me, because it makes me so much more of a happier person. And, from what you said, Mason, you kind of agree with that. And there will be instances that come up, because like I said, you do, no matter what, you put so many years of your life aside for this person.
Yeah.
You're going to have feelings for them, no matter, for the rest of your life. They were a significant person. Just like the first person you have sex with, you always remember that person. And if you did not listen to our virginity episode, you can learn more about Mason's first time and exactly why it was so memorable. But it's always okay to have emotions for someone you dated. And they don't have to be romantic, but I mean, you'll always have some kind of emotion, some kind of feeling towards them. And I'd rather that feeling be at peace than be resentful or hateful or anger or something. But that's just me.
I think I should block her number.
That may, you know,
That's what I took from that.
I mentioned deleting her number and sometimes blocking them.
Yeah.
Although the only guy whose number I've ever blocked in my life was the worst sex I've ever had. No relationship with him. I met him once. Was literally the worst sex I've ever had in my entire life. He walked out my door and his number was blocked immediately.
Jesus. I kind
That's
of...
the only guy whose number I've ever blocked.
I want to ask a question, but at the same time, I kind
Ask
of don't.
it!
Like,
It's getting, you know, we're already in an hour. Fuck it, just ask
Right.
the question.
how was it so bad? Like, I don't go into detail. Seriously, just like, did he like do
Oh,
something that
man.
like, or was he just bad?
I think the one time I really explained it to someone, it took me 40 minutes. It was just so bad.
Was he just like totally silent? No, like
He
no
was-
rhythm. Was he just bad at what he was doing?
It was just like, I think he was more inexperienced than he had led me to believe.
Oh,
He had led me to believe that he was very experienced. And after he left, I truly believed I'd taken his virginity. However, I talked to a couple people about it, and they said you may have been like his second time, but like, we've come to the conclusion, we and a couple of close friends of mine, that I was his second time, but his first time was with a virgin. So like, it was just a lot of inexperience.
yeah.
And like, there was this one point where his fingers were in my ass, and like, he didn't know it,
Oh my god.
and it was very uncomfortable. So,
He did.
thank you guys for listening to Sexpert. This is episode 12, all about breakups and everything. Make sure to follow me on social media at Mia Renee Cole. Follow Am at all of her stuff. It's all in the show notes. Mason, of course, is a robot, but he has feelings. So that's what's important. Check us out in 2 weeks, because we're now on a bi-weekly schedule because we're all back in school. Check us out in 2 weeks for episode 13. We're thinking something along the lines of dorm sex. But of course, if you have any suggestions for any of us, definitely Snapchat, Facebook, tweet, Instagram, what the fuck you want to do. Fucking, if you know me, text me. Just suggestions. Because, you know, Kara mentioned vibrators. That may be a good one. But we're a little over an hour now. It was a great episode, guys. It wasn't entirely informative, but it was good. And I hope that if you needed advice from this episode, you kind of got a little bit from it. We will be seeing you in 2 weeks with episode 13, probably about dorm sex, but of course it'll probably be something different. Who the fuck knows? I may change my idea in 2 weeks. Everyone, remember, as always, stay sexy.